What's up, everybody? Scott Zlatev here, and I'm out doing my half-naked hike again in basically the same spot, exploring new terrain. As you can see here, I've got the waterfall right there. It's in the background there. But I wanted to talk with you. Notice I'm sporting my new shades I just got. Here, I'll take off my sunglasses because I really want to talk with you. You notice I've got something in my ear here. And what that is, you know, I started, a lot of people know my story, some people don't, but, you know, I was flat broke a few years ago. And it was a result of my best thinking. You know, my best thinking landed me flat broke. So if your best thinking is, you know, one thing you have to understand and you have to realize is that you're where you're at in your life right now. And once you take ownership of that and you realize that you got there because of your best thinking, you can also get there because of changing your thinking and being able to redirect your life in a totally different direction. Now, why is it I've got this in my ear? Well, I started becoming a student of personal development. You know, I used to think that I knew it all. You know, I was, you know, I was just one of those guys that, you know, the pride, the attitude, the I know everything. And like I said, it landed me flat broke. Well, you know, one of the things that a lot of people want is they want that freedom. They want that abundant lifestyle. They want to drive the fancy cars, you know, get private jets and live in a mansion, right? I mean, you know, you want to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, travel the world, and make money doing it. That's why we're doing this, right? Well, everybody wants that, and that's the part that you want to have. Well, in order to have that, you can't just go there from your same line of thinking that got you where you're at right now. You have to change your thinking to start thinking of a person who has those things, a person who attracts those things. And so one of the things, most people, you start looking on the internet, you look at all these different tools. You got this thing that teaches you how to do SEO. You have this thing that teaches you how to syndicate your blog posts all over the place. And you have this thing that charges you a monthly fee to do whatever, everything but scratch your back and wash your dishes, right? Well, those are all these different tools, and yes, those tools are important. But what's more important is you have to look inside. See, what a lot of people don't understand is you know, everybody sees the person on the finish line. Everybody sees the person winning the gold. Everybody sees that person on stage, but nobody knows exactly what that person went through to get that. And most of the time, it's because of what's inside that matters. It's what's inside that they started with. See, a lot of people want to jump straight to the have. You want to skip all the stuff and go to the have. That's why the lottery is so big. That's why the lottery, you know, keeps going, and so many people have, you know, they want to buy that ticket, buy that thing to get them those results instantly. Well, yes, there are things that you can do to get instant results and to speed up your process, but usually, more often than not, it starts up here. And so first you have to be the type of person that does certain things to have certain things. Does that make sense to you? You know, first it's be. You have to be a type of person to do the actions required, to do the daily disciplines, to do what works, to find the results that find every resource that you need to have in your life at this point in time to be able to have those things. So it's be, do, and then have. It's not have, do, then be. You know, that's kind of like an old story I heard a while ago about an old woman. Okay, this older woman. You know, she's a grandma. She was, you know, in her 80s, and she bought a stove. And you know, she's like, I want this stove to work. And so she had the stove installed. And she was like, okay, come on, heat, you know, it's dead of the winter, come on, heat, turn, you know, heat this place, heat, you know, my hands are freezing, heat me up. And she's like looking all over, she's like, what the heck's going on? This thing isn't giving me any heat, it's not giving me any warmth, it's a wood stove, it should be working. So she calls up her neighbor, and her neighbor comes running over, says, well, what's wrong? And she said, well, the stove, I just got this thing, it's a wood stove, and it's not giving me any heat. And he goes, well, did you adjust the damper? She's like, oh yeah. He's like, okay. well, did you kind of, you know, adjust this other knob here, you know? And she's like, well, yeah, that's what the instructions said. He goes, okay. So he opens it up, and he goes, well, there's no wood in here. She's like, well, yeah, I just wanted it to be, I wanted it to get hot in here. I wanted to warm up, you know, can it heat an old lady up? And he's like, sweetie, first you have to put the wood in, then you have to light the fire before you're going to get heat. So a lot of people, it's kind of the same mentality where you just want the heat. You want to bring the heat. And that's cool because everybody wants to skip steps. But the truth of the matter is, it's the person that you become along the way, the person that you develop into, that is the most success. That's where the magic is the person that you become in the process. You start thinking differently. And once you start thinking differently, you start producing better results. You start living a better life, to where you're sitting out here taking a hike in nature, like I've been doing here recently on these last few days, because we have just a great day out. I mean, it's gorgeous out. I think it's like in the 80s. But, you know, I mean, you just look at the scenery here, and this place is really huge. So I've been just kind of exploring every day, and I found something really cool. It's way over here. I don't think you can see it from here, but I might, there's like this platform thing that's right over there. So I might come back and shoot another video, you know, the next couple days or something. It's gonna be nice all week. You know, that's one of the things I love the most is, I mean, you look at the amount of people here. I mean, this place is absolutely dead. There's a few people here, you know, but I'm the only person that's, I think, in their 30s that is actually out here during the middle of the week, in the daytime. And it's because I didn't start with the have part. I started with the have part in mind, but as a result of my own thinking, I wound up broke a few years ago. And because I decided to drop my pride, look myself in the mirror and say, you know, I don't know everything. And obviously there's something that I can learn from people who know more than I do. So that's why I listen to these. These are my inner circle audios. You know, so some people, depending on which company you're with or anything like that, you know, our specific opportunity that we have, you know, our affiliate program, we have inner circle audios that have taught me and retrained my mind to start thinking in terms of abundance and wealth and prosperity, and that anything you want is possible. Anything you want, you can skip and go straight to that have as quickly as possible by listening to the right audios, because it retrains your thinking. You start thinking differently. And that's one of the things that we offer. It's an absolutely amazing transformational tool, and you can get different audios anywhere. You know, I mean, Brian Tracy, I've listened to tons of his audios. You know, read books, become a student of life, of business, of your craft. Become a complete student. You know, most of the leaders that I associate with, they're really into reading. I read, and that's weird for a lot of people. You know, I was never an avid reader. Well, I'm starting to be a much more avid reader. I've always listened to audios. Audios was always my thing. You know, I can go through audio after audio, and I soak it up like a sponge. And that improves my language, that improves my relationships, that improves every aspect of my life. And I internalize it, and then that just reflects out into the world. So look inside. You know, your answers are inside. It's not all over Facebook. That's not all over YouTube. It's not in the tangible things that you do on a daily basis, even though those are important. But you have to have that internal drive. What is it that moves you? What motivates you? You know, when you look inside, and first you be the type of person that does the actions that's required so that you can have the things that you want to have. All right? So this is Scott Zlateff. Put your comments down below, like it, share it, let other people experience some value. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.